So we're off to Scotland, where I plan on doing 2 videos. One dealing with the mainland and also one dealing with the islands. We have arrived in Edinburgh and now we're about to have our first scone. Here we are at Waverley Station and we're going to go to Inverness. So here we are having a little touch of scotch overlooking the River Ness in Inverness, Scotland. So this is our lovely hotel in Inverness, overlooking the River Ness. So here we are at the Culloden Battlefield Visitor Center. So here is a map of the very famous battlefield. So over here come the Jacobites. And of course over here come the government forces. And now we're out walking on the battlefield itself. So here's a cute little house from the period on the battlefield. So here is a view overlooking the battlefield. So here we are in scenic downtown Inverness. This is the view of our hotel from across the river. Lovely pedestrian bridge here that shakes as you walk across it.
So here I am with my Scottish breakfast of course, porridge.
So here we are at the Inverness train station to meet our group for our hike in Skye and the Outer Hebrides. I may make that a separate video. So here we are back at the mainland as we pull into Allapool. So here's the waterfront in Allapool. So here we are at the Inverness train station heading back to Edinburgh. So here we are in Edinburgh on the 6th floor of the Ibis Hotel, and this is our room and this is our view. So we're heading off on our Saturday morning walk. Right here we have the Royal Mile looking up toward Edinburgh Castle. Lots of people. Unbelievable crowds here in Edinburgh. So we're heading down toward the meadows. So here's the meadows. Lovely open space here in Edinburgh. So here's the playground we visited with the rest of our family a couple years ago. So we continue our walk here in a slight rain. We're finally leaving the city behind. So we are in Holyrood Park. Isn't it great to be out here by ourselves? So this may be our goal down there in the valley, the sheep held in. So now we're heading downhill on a path. We are getting closer to our destination here. So we're at the Sheep Held Inn, which was established in the 14th century. There's Amy, and here's our lovely pub meal in the Sheep Held Inn. So we're bidding the Sheep Held Inn adieu and heading back to town. Lovely pond out here, and over here, thank goodness for us pedestrians, the road is closed. The road is closed, so we're going back up the stairs. Down there we have some hardy souls playing golf in the rain. Things appear to be clearing at least a little bit. So here we are having cocktail hour, and regrettably it is raining on our lovely 6th floor patio. Oh, it's a little gray here in the morning, but at least it's not actively raining. So here we are going down into Waverley Station in Edinburgh to take the train to St. Andrews. So here we are at St. Andrews, and of course, even on a normal day when they're playing golf, you can walk across the golf course here. We weren't going to walk over there, but over there is the first tee, and of course the clubhouse. So here we are on the first tee box on St. Andrews, and you take your golf ball and you hit it down there somewhere. So here we are just walking down the first fairway of the old course at St. Andrews. The grass is fantastic. This is the first obstacle you face as you approach the first green. So here we have the first green. So here we are on the second hole. Heading out that direction. Yeah, it's not raining now, but you can see it rained quite a bit recently. So the green on number 2 is the first one with some challenging bunkers. Here we are at the third hole. Going down this way again, you can see this is just a very uncomplicated golf course. Basically, you just keep on playing in one direction. So right across this walkway from us are people actually playing the new course. So on the third hole, there are a number of fairway bunkers. Here's the challenging bunker. Here we are at the fourth hole, which goes down there. So over here on the new course, you can see some people playing, and one notable absence is motorized carts are absent. There's 5, and again out here we have a lovely expanse of grass. Another thing you notice on the old course is they do not put sand in the divots. They just let them be. So here we have a green with 2 pins, one coming and one going. So here we have the 6th hole. Again, going out here over some rough, it looks like. Somewhat of a challenge, actually. So here we see our first glimpse of the water. Again, here we are at 7. They have these lovely benches along the course. So here we are at 8. Down this way where they're doing a little maintenance on the course. Certainly taking their maintenance here very seriously. Here we have the rough. It's not a case that they cut it high. They just don't cut it at all. So here we are on 9. Down this way. Of course, you're not getting the full benefit of the hazer here because of the lack of sun, but that's certainly a characteristic of the course. So here is the 9th green, and we are halfway around the course. Here we have the lovely halfway house. The halfway house has a lovely menu here, including the opportunity for a little nip of Scotch whiskey, but regrettably it is closed today. So here we are at 10, heading back toward the club by initially heading in the opposite direction, of course. So here we are at 11, which is the par 3, and you basically play across the 7th fairway here. So on the 12th tee box, you are overlooking the water. So here at the 12th, and you have a lovely picturesque view back across all of this green. Right in the middle of the fairway, sort of hidden, is this bunker. Here's the 13 as we head on our trek back toward the clubhouse. From here you can't see the green. But coming back, we're back to a green with 2 flags. Here we are at 14. And again, you can now see a glimpse of downtown St. Andrews down there in the mist. So the town is coming into clearer view here. Approaching this hole does result in a few challenges. So getting a little closer to home. Again, head down here. 16, and again we'll do our repetitive thing of looking down the fairway. But the mist is coming in again, I think. 17th hole, which is famous because the pros basically hit right over that structure in front of me rather than going down the fairway. So here we are on the 18th hole at the old course, heading up toward the clubhouse. Here, of course, is the very well-known stone bridge. So we are finally here at the 18th green. We're saying farewell to the old course and all the multitudes who are walking at this Sunday. We're heading off to get lunch. Oh, here we are at the Criterion where we had a lovely steak pie 10 years ago. Will it be as good this time? We're back at the Criterion where we ate many years ago and they had these famous fry pies. I am with my local ale and my pie, which is definitely the greatest pie in the world. hotel room is way up there. Oh, this is our last evening in Edinburgh, and the weather is starting to improve.
This is the balcony that we have on our lovely place in Edinburgh. And of course it overlooks St. Andrew's Park. So I'm taking a short walk here on my last morning in Edinburgh. Here we have this amazing floral display, which in fact is an accurate clock. And of course we have this gentleman over here who is creating it. So down here we have the Christmas Street Gardens. And of course up here we have the famous Edinburgh Castle. Another view of this very impressive structure. So this is where the race finished that is 100 miles long. Now this is what I call a play structure. Now of course here we have my namesake, the Robertson's 37 bar.
So we are back in the US of A.